Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Today Show. I'm your host, Cynthia Stone, and you might be wondering, that's not Frank. Well, I actually have Bill Carmichael on with us, and Bill, it is such a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Amazing.
It's wonderful to be here.
Wonderful. Now, Bill is actually the owner of Carmichael Healing, and he is also a certified theta healer. Now, we're going to hear more about that. In fact, let's go right into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so growing up as a young Bill, what led you to theta healing?
Well, growing up, I loved the sciences. I took nothing but science and psychology at Western, is where the university I went to. But then something happened. At the end of my university, I got Crohn's disease, and it put everything on hold. I wanted to pursue a medical career, and I was put on
right
stop.
There, if you could. Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, he literally was stopped, and here I am stopping him again. Sorry about that.
I'm
but
used
for
to it.
our viewers that aren't familiar with Crohn's disease, could you tell us what that is?
Crohn's disease is an autoimmune disease that attacks your intestines, and you get so much pain that you can't. You decide it's better not to even eat. So I lost a lot of weight, and finally, after a lot of testing, they figured it out, and then got me on heavy doses of medications, prednisone in high doses, and it stopped it, and I got better for a while. But the problem with the disease is the doses they didn't want you on high, so they kept reducing it, and they made you reduce it all the time until the disease flared up again. So I spent over 2 decades with this disease, flaring up and going back. And in the meantime, I lived a normal life, as normal as I could. I got a banking career. I got married, a wife and 2 kids. And I played badminton at a very high level. In grade 11, I got second in Ontario, and I won a lot of trophies throughout my career, even with Crohn's disease. And it was wonderful. But it put my attention, and I was in banking and got into commercial lending in a very high stress environment. So I looked at other things such as Tai Chi, and I looked at Eastern religions and meditation and all kinds of things to relax and to get rid of the stress. So
and how did that work for you?
It worked really well. So I was so interested, and I finally, at the end of my banking career, I decided to go back into what I really want, which is to help people and how people do better. And theta healing is one of the best ways that they can help people over and above what normal things are. And I just wanted to show, like we have numerous courses, but we culminated my courses with diseases and disorders. At least for now, I'll go on from there. But this book is a wonderful book that covers so many different illnesses and things, based on the founder, Vienna Stibble, who started the business up to cure her own cancer, which she did. But after 47,000 healing sessions, she came up with the best ways she has found to cure just about anything. And it's a marvelous book.
I'm going to stop you here, because it sounds like this is, I mean, you claim that it has the ability to heal people. Now, can you give us any kind of stories or evidence or proof, if you will, for skeptics out there?
Well, yeah, like she's been known to cure herself of cancer, cure others of cancer. I've actually cured kidney stones, taken them out of a dog without any medical procedures.
So what exactly is theta healing then?
So theta healing is a combination where you use your intuition and psychic abilities to connect with a person. And essentially what we're doing is is Vienna has found a way to take us to the theta level, which is the theta brainwave level, is where people can connect with God and do these kinds of things very easily. So she found a particular way to get there, and then me as the practitioner, I am the witness, and I work with the customer and the creator of all that is, or a higher power, which is God, or we call it the creator. No religious denomination is necessary, but you have to believe in a higher power. Once we get that connection going and we have a witness to see it happen, anything can happen.
So
and it can be instantaneous, some of these healings.
Oh, it sounds
which
amazing.
is amazing. I've seen another person that taught me had her son's broken leg fixed just through theta healing. Bones, actually.
So you saw it actually mend.
Yes.
Wow. Now, with your own Crohn's, what happened with that?
With my own Crohn's disease, after so many years, I got, it broke, my intestines broke open, and I had sepsis, and it was either, they had to take out my large intestine. So I did that or I would die. They did that, and on my way out of the hospital, the doctor said to me, yeah, we'll see you again in a year. Because you'll get it in your small intestine, because it goes right there. Well, see you in a bit. And I said, no, you won't. And to this day, which is over 15 years later, I have not I got off all the medications for Crohn's after the operation to remove my large intestine, and I have never had another reason to take another pill for it since. So.
Wow. So
you can heal yourself, and that is part of it's a spiritual way of healing, and it's really asking the people to heal yourself. A lot of the people that I come in contact with, they just don't believe. They have problems. They're mad at God for giving them the illness in the first place. So we have to change that and change it around, or the doctors tell them, there's nothing else we can do, like me for Crohn's. But we have to change that, because you have to believe, and it's wonderful to see what happens when we get this happening.
Wow.
It's amazing things happen.
It's
and
true.
I call it miracles and transformation. That's what theta healing is. That's what I see with it every day.
Well, it sounds amazing. And I mean, I've definitely been around the school of thought that what your mind can believe, you can achieve,
Yes.
and you need that belief. And so this is taking that right in there, and you're working with people on that theta level and being able to take them to that new level.
To the new level.
And empowering them to be able to heal themselves, which is such an uplifting message when you hear about the society, when you go to the hospitals, when you go to doctors, it's very much like, you need this, you're dependent on this, here's a pill for every ill. And what you're talking about is a total,
totally
opposite
different
direction.
way of looking at it.
Absolutely.
But we work in conjunction with the medical community. You don't stop them and do this. You do both. But if you get better, they'll tell you no longer need your medication and things like that.
So when people want to go and have a consultation, for example, do you tell them to get a doctor approval beforehand? Like, how does that work?
No. The theta healing is unobtrusive. It does not affect anybody. It's all, again, what we are is energy healing, and we can do no harm. So you don't need to get permission to come. Where what we like to see is we'll do what we can. If you heal, you heal. The doctors will tell you. Like this dog, I healed with the kidney stones. I had a picture of 10 big kidney stones in his bladder. And then the next time, the doctor told the owner of the pet, well, there's nothing there now just after one session. And that's how
did so when you connected with the dog, for example, because unlike a human, when you're talking to it, it may not exactly understand what to do. So how did that look? Like, what did that look like?
Well, what we did, it was a remote healing session. So we had to find out where the dog was, and we went through the ether from our higher self to the dog's higher self, into the dog, and so forth. So we did it that way.
Amazing.
And yeah, we just needed, and then you get the results later, and so forth. So we can do healings on people too, over the telephone or Skype or any of the other ways. But it sometimes works better. I find it works better when I can get them into the office where we can have the close contact. But it will work fine both ways.
Amazing. So what you're speaking of is a worldwide phenomenon. So somebody that's, watching overseas right now could be able to connect with you.
And it's one of the fastest growing, because it's so good. And it's one of the fastest growing energy healing methods in the world right now. Big in the States and growing in Canada. But we find it just phenomenal what it can do. And I think it's the wave of the future. It's the way of the future.
Well, I am absolutely honored, and I just feel so grateful to have heard of this new modality. For people that are inquisitive and want to hear more about this or reach out to you for a session, how can they reach you?
So I will have my website up and running shortly. It is called karmichealing.com. So I got the name because a lot of this, or some of our healing work, has to do with healing karma and going back generations into your family history.
Amazing.
But karmic is from Carmichael, and karmic healing is how I got the name. Karmic healing at .com, and my phone number is 905-979-0272. You can phone me, and we can just take it from there.
Amazing.
But on the website, there'll be places to sign up for it and book times, etc. So
wonderful. So here you've heard, and thank you, Bill. It's been such a pleasure to have you on the show. And I know that you've definitely affected a lot of us just hearing the amazing healing nature of this. And for those of you that would like to reach out, now you have his contact information. I will mention that karmic, unlike the karma that we're familiar with, is spelt with a C, again, capturing his name, which is awesome.
Carmichael.
Yes.
Carmichael.
Exactly. And we're so grateful. Thank you for watching. All right.
Thank you so much for having me. It was just a pleasure to be here. And I'm here to help whoever needs it. So feel free.
All right. Feel free. Thank you.